And this is the next topic is actually also somewhat related, actually. So it'll be a nice segue. So next up, I wanted to respond to one comment that I got from this gentleman named T-Soul in Loss. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I don't really care. So this person commented on one of our shorts in which I think the short was we were saying how the American electorate is really not looking forward to Biden versus Trump again. But that's exactly where things are headed right now. And I was saying how if you just picked a YouTuber, like a random YouTuber like Mr. Beast, for example, to be president, that he would do a much better job than either Biden or Trump. And I think this person who commented might be either a huge fan of Trump or a huge fan of Biden, who might have been a little upset at that comment at me suggesting that a YouTuber would do a better job than Biden or Trump. So let me show you the comment. So I'll put this in the edit. So you guys have the document in front of you. You guys can see it, but I'll put this in post. But essentially his comment is, this is what ignorant people sound like. So several things I have to say to that, and then you guys can respond too. So number one, I mean, he might be onto something, right? Because at the end of the day, what you got to realize is that you don't come here like as an audience member. You guys don't come here to hear like a scholarly article or a scholarly debate, academic debate about politics. We're just literally three random guys. So maybe there is some blindness, some ignorance, but to that, I have to say, okay, like if you want to call us ignorant, that is your opinion. However, please provide a reason, right? Like, don't just be like, you're stupid, and I'm not going to tell you why. Like, tell me why. Tell me why that's an ignorant opinion, right? Because I actually don't think this is such an unpopular opinion that like a random person off the street would do a better job at being president than either Biden or Trump. I think that when I say that, probably at least 50 or 60% of Americans would agree with me. Like that's just I have no data to back that up, but that's just my opinion. So what do you guys think? Are we just ignorant people or are we onto something?
I'll go first. First of all, we can say and do whatever the heck you want. So whatever you think, we do not care. We're gonna continue to post regardless. And secondly, I'm sure 1 in 5 people think what we said in that post is probably somewhat relatable. So in the end of the day, that's your opinion, and we have our own opinions. So yeah.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Tristan?
I mean, there's also the fact that we're Canadian talking a bit about American politics, so maybe there is some ignorance kicking in there. But as America's hat, I feel like we do get a lot of American. We get a lot of stuff from America flowing across the border. So I think that we have just by the fact that we're politically, paying attention, we're going to be less ignorant than a lot of people who are, actually within America who aren't paying attention. So I think it's I mean, it's his opinion. It's not offending me. I don't feel any more or less ignorant because of this comment.
Yeah, like I said, right? Like if you wanted an academic scholarly article explaining like the nuances of political science, you came to the wrong neighborhood. So that I'll leave it at that because I think we've said all we needed to say on that. But yeah, anyways, you guys keep the comments coming, like even if like, but try to be, I guess, like try to be constructively critical if you are going to be critical, right? So tell us a reason why. Like I don't mind you calling us ignorant, but just again, tell us why. What's your opinion? How are you going to solve world issues, right? It seems like this T-Sol guy has everything figured out. So if he's so smart, why don't he suggest something, right? So if Mr. Beast is making Mr. Beast the president is a stupid idea, like was his idea, right? Like was probably gonna say like, oh, just make Biden or Trump president again. So it is what
Um,
it is.
I actually want to add something too as well.
Mhm.
Hopefully it's not extremely controversial, but in Canadian school systems, in our education and our news medias, we actually have exposure to both US and Canadian news and international news. And we know a lot about American culture and the nuances behind that versus on the other hand, controversial, but in American education, it seems really biasly American. It's not like you're going to talk about Justin Trudeau on CNN as much as you will for Biden. There's not much exposure to Canada in the up north. I'll be honest with you, 1 in 3 Canadians don't even know the capital of Canada. So, mic drop, I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah. So, again, feel free to disagree, but I think that we're a lot less ignorant about politics and like just political matters in general of both the US and Canada than like the vast majority of people.